Welcome to Ikenai Kanojo no Otetsudai chapter. Tom, this is it. This is the weekly thing where I ask you, Tom, what chapter are we on?
1-3 as in 13.
You know, they say that's a lucky number. Do you think that's a lucky number, Tom?
I don't believe in luck. Luck is what you make it, or no, how's it go? I don't know. That's not actually saying, so I don't think it goes in any way, actually.
Excellent. Well, let's hit right on through. We'll see the splash page, and we see the cover here, which looks to be a new girl. I don't know if I just haven't been keeping up and remembering this character, but she looks like a new girl. I like her single braid.
She's a new girl to us, but not to Yohei, as we will soon find out.
So it looks like we've got a flashback here with Yohei and this girl in a very cute sundress and hat. It makes me very lonely. They're eating ice cream here, and she eats his ice cream.
Yep, and right off the bat, I think in the past I've mentioned that I don't do stuff like this, so I kind of want to like lampshade the fact that I did do it. Top left there, the sound effect, I said cicada sounds. So sometimes, you just want to phone it in because you're like, well, what sound does a cicada actually make? I don't know how to type that out and have it be something that people would know. If you do chirp chirp, people will think it's like a bird.
Yeah, no, you actually did perfect, and everybody knows what the cicada sounds like. If you've watched any bit of anime, that's like the most common sound effect. That's like the Wilhelm scream for anime. It's very common, so we know exactly what's going on there.
Yeah.
You know, even though we've been living in Japan for these past several years, I don't remember ever hearing cicadas in the States. Do you?
Yes.
Yes, you do.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't want to dox where I've been throughout my whole life, places I've visited and such, but I've definitely heard cicadas, and they sound just like in the animes, believe it or not.
So it looks like Yohei got a winner, even though she ate all of his ice cream. And of course, as a beta cuck male, he's going to cry that she ate his ice cream. That's too bad.
Very pathetic. I mean, I know he's probably 8 right now, but come on, dude, don't just like cry your eyes out like that. What are you doing?
Yeah, never cry in front of a girl. That will immediately lose all respect they have for you, and then you'll break up. So
only cry when you're alone in your room and you're thinking about like really deep thoughts that are like, wow, dude, I'm like next level intellect right now.
Like when you're at home by yourself watching Evangelion, like then you can cry. Like,
Yes.
but don't ever do it in front of your female. But here we see it kind of worked on her because she started crying as well. And then what does the sound effect in the bottom say? Ooh, ah, wah, ah.
Okay, so this is an example of not having a professional cleaner / I guess redrawer, because I'm not gonna mess with that. I probably should have said like the text above it in English, like it's just it's just random crying. Like you can see, I kind of like did like in the top left, or like the like the middle panel.
Am I cute? So
yeah. So it's like I did some of them, but the two that were just like too complicated, I kind of just left undone, and it's like a puzzle for the attentive reader to figure out themselves.
Although my critique is you should have added a little subtext right at the bottom of the big one, of just the big one that just says crying intensifies or something.
Yeah, I should have. And
although we get the idea, we all know what the ah symbol is from Duang and things like that, so it's not a big deal.
Well, just to counter signal you there, the Duang signal or symbol is,
I know, we're Chinese.
Chinese something.
Yeah. Which is the exact same representation of the Japanese ah, so it's just the Chinese ah.
I don't know that that's true.
I do know it's true. Yes, that's a legitimate fact.
Explain what you're saying. Hold on, maybe I'm not following.
Okay, so we see the symbol for ah here, which is just the A. It's the hiragana A.
Sure.
The equivalent of that is what the Duang scans used for ah. It's a different symbol. It looks different,
right?
But it's the same connotation where they would just spam that.
Okay, for like crying or yelling.
Yes.
I gotcha. Nice. Look at that. Learning Chinese. Who would have guessed?
I know, you guys. This is the #1 Japanese scanlation podcast, incel Joker mode cast.
Got to throw in coronavirus because that's topical.
It is. I'm going to tag this as coronavirus invades Ghost Chan.
Nice.
Something. Yeah. And then, so we go to the next page and we see now she's all grown up and is very cute. With this, and I don't know why I'm asking you because neither of us would know. Does she just have hair that's longer on one side? Is that how it works with this braid?
It could be, yeah. Oh, it's definitely a way that you could achieve that. It's not like it's her hair from like a ponytail that's like kind of draped over her ear, because it definitely looks like it's from the front.
Yes, absolutely. It is.
So yeah,
Or the
she
side.
probably just grew it out. Talking about like untranslated sound effects, in these bottom panels, you see like little shuta shuta. I kind of looked it up. It's not a sound effect I'm familiar with. There's a whole lot I'm not familiar with. This is one. It's defined on the site that I use as usually the sound effects for ninjas throwing shurikens or people throwing something similar. And it pops up in this chapter and the next one whenever she's like walking. I think it's like the sound of her skirt or something, or her shirt maybe, like fluttering kind of in the breeze.
That sounds hot.
Yeah, I don't know. And maybe it has something to do with the sandals she's wearing, like a flip flop. I don't know.
Flippity floppity, get off my property.
That makes more sense actually, because I didn't know she was wearing sandals until just now when I noticed. So that might be it.
Is that school uniform regulation? I don't know about that.
Maybe in Tokyo. I don't know.
And then who wears socks with sandals? We don't know. The Japanese are full of mysteries.
Well, we learn here on the next page that she hasn't had time to get the new school uniform yet. So that's probably Tokyo standard issue.
Mm. And then where are our heroes located now? Is this a small town somewhere, or are they in
Probably Osaka, I think, based on the dialect.
You didn't just say that because that's the only one everybody else knows, right?
Well, that's the only one I know of, and they use similar words or like sentence and things. I even commented on like chapter 1 or 2. There was a like a screaming panel, and I was like, "Who's saying this? Is it Yohei or is it Rinko?" And I thought it was Rinko, based only on the sentence ending particle wa. Later, like 2 weeks after that, I learned that in like Osaka dialect, they like men will use wa as a sentence ender for emphasis. There's your grammar lesson for the day.
Very good. You cut out a little bit there, but I think I can piece it together. And then here we go. He comes up to the roof where his ghost girlfriend is, and she's like, what? And he's with another girl? Like, he's wearing sandals too, actually, in this panel.
You know what? I think they all do now that I think about it, because like they don't wear shoes, right? Don't, because they have the shoe locker.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Do they always wear? No, hold on. They have like school shoes, I think, normally.
Yeah, I thought they had school shoes, but
yeah,
this is kind of throwing into question all of my previous held beliefs.
Yeah, me too. I don't want to think on it too hard because that'll ruin something in my mind.
Look how assertive she is. Just putting her arm around him. Like,
she's a very assertive character for sure.
That's based. Why no assertive one ponytail GF for us, you guys?
To me, like she gives off slight like yandere vibes.
That's probably the eyes.
Yeah, she's got like a crazy look every once in a while.
Well, because look, everybody else's pupils are done light. Hers pitch black dark, and you see the whites of her eyes. That's the difference. And we see she sits down, and she starts to flirt with Yohai while the ghost girlfriend is sitting right there.
The idea here is that she can't see Rinko, right? But she's in that top right. It looks like she's staring right at her.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where it would be weird for Yohei to where like he sees that they're all three at the table, and then Najimi's just like staring off at the empty chair. That would be weird to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe that's an illusion for something further in the chapter.
Right? Yeah, could be.
He's like, "Oh, you're gonna move away. I'm sad because you're my childhood GF." Sad.
Yeah, his eyes are still red from having cried profusely, like a baby.
And then in this next panel, we see, "Hey, how about this? If I ever come back, let's start dating." Oh,
the classic trope. Where's my childhood friend?
We see, boom, this bombshell on Rinko has just destroyed her and makes her jealous. And nothing makes a woman happier than being jealous.
With herself being the jealous one?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Women love that. They
nice.
As soon as you get a GF, all other women will flock to you. That's just how it goes. It's the Matthew principle. Those who have everything will be given more, and those who have nothing will have it all taken.
True, that truly biblical knowledge passed down
Hmm.
through the generations.
#1 Japanese scanlation Bible cast.
Yeah. Before we leave this page real quick, I kind of want to pat myself on the back for this bottom right panel where she says "ring a bell?" question mark. There's like a quoting particle kind of thing in Japanese where like you'll say a sentence that somebody else said, and like as kind of a closing quotation mark, you'll say like to or te.
Or got it memorized.
That's something else. But like obviously we don't have something like that directly in English. So often you'll see something like "so she said" or "that's how it went" or something like that.
Or shiggity diggity. Or right on, brother.
Or "ring a bell." Boom. Beautiful, perfect, world-class translation. Speaking of world-class real quick, look at that top left. Those horizontal lines. Yeah, see, that's the BG4U seal of quality, the attention to detail, because obviously those were vertical.
Yeah, I'm assuming you just cropped that and rotated 90 degrees.
Yeah. It's like I don't do sound effects, but I'll do stupid stuff like that.
No, that's good. That like really adds to it. And of course, we see Rinko is insanely jealous or worried. Her hair is going amok. Yohei sees this, and it's just fantastic. It's
Well, it's not just Rinko who's kind of like put off right now. It's also Najimi. Like, look at that first expression in that panel there, the first top right panel.
oh yeah,
Because
yeah. She's like,
because
I treated this seriously. Were you not? Like,
yeah,
she's
Yohei's like
kind of testing the waters.
mm-hmm. Yeah, and she did not expect that reaction.
Yeah,
So
Yohei needs a little bit of lessons on how to talk to girls. He could be having a full harem here, but
yeah.
he's slacking. But then it's like the absent-mindedness of the Japanese protagonist is always kind of apparently what draws these girls to him for whatever reason. I'm sure that doesn't
Um,
translate into real life, but it always seems like the case. Like with something like To Love Ru, if he was anywhere assertive with any of the other girls, all of the other relationships would fall apart.
and the series would end.
Yeah. So it's
That's
kind of
why.
yeah, it's
That's why.
completely artificial and doesn't translate in real life. But in the manga, their absent-mindedness and indifference is kind of what allows the girls to like them, at least in the story. That's not real life. This is not good real life advice.
I mean, we're also talking about a manga with ghosts and stuff, so definitely not real life.
Well, if you've watched any Red Letter Media, you know that ghosts are real.
I have not, so this is news to me.
That's one of our cousin podcasts.
Oh, cool. I'll see them at the next family reunion then.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like how this is a callback to a previous chapter with Yosuke, who has flown out the window and died. So now he's canonically dead, is how this goes.
No, he's not canonically dead. He canonically jumped out of the window. But Yohei says that Umekichi's only taking some time off. So, like,
to probably recover his broken spine.
well, broken everything, probably, yeah. But canonically, he's alive based on this panel.
And here we see this bombshell that New Girl does not believe in ghosts. And it's kind of like a direct insult to Rinko, who's sitting right there.
Yeah, although, like, it's not like an insult because insult kind of implies intent, I think. But I will say that I had a lot of rewrites and hemming and hawing over this last line here. So much fuss over something imaginary. At the end of the day, I just kind of gave up on trying to like min max the translation for that. I feel like it gets the point across fine.
Yeah, it seems fine. Yeah, absolutely. Like if you hadn't told me, I would have never known.
Yeah.
Passengers wouldn't have known. Here we go. Yosuke's got a chance to be smooth. And she's like, "Oh, you're done already? I'm heading back. Or would you rather me stay here?"
She's like so obvious, dude.
I
She's
know.
like spelling it out. Even
And
I
he's
would have picked up on that.
I know, and he's like, "No, that's fine. We can catch up later." It's like, look at her angry in the next panel. Like, I can't 0 points. Yes, Yohei, you get 0 points for that. That's not even cool. Like, you can make both girls positive. You can make Rinko jealous, which is good for you, and you can make this girl like you more by saying, "Oh, you sure you don't want to stay here?" Even if it's like, even if she's going back already, you can say something like that, and
Yeah.
she'll still get bonus points. You'll still win both engagements. Like, it's completely, you screwed up. But what do you expect from what are they,
It's
middle school or high school?
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's high school. It's, it's the naivety of youth.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't learn how to talk to girls till I was 45, so whatever.
Yeah, and I still don't know, and I'm 90 years old at this point.
And we see in this next panel that Rinko's like, is she my enemy? And it's like, Yohei's like,
Yeah, I
why?
love
What would she
that.
be? And it's like, it's a double entendre because it's like, is she my rival because she doesn't believe in ghosts, but
Mhm.
also a romantic rival. And Yohei, of course, does not pick
Right.
up on this because he's just like the generic absent-minded Chad protagonist. Although I don't know, we might have to redact his Chad card because he didn't like do anything well
I would.
this
I
chapter.
would.
But I'm not ready to condemn him as a beta soy boy cuck in this.
No, I mean there's like a spectrum, It's not binary. Like you're either a Chad or a beta soy boy cuck or whatever. With this line in particular, I'm personally not interpreting it at all in like a she doesn't believe in ghosts, therefore she's my enemy kind of way.
Yeah.
I think of it only as she is intending it in a romantic sense.
Yes, I was doing that as well too. I did not
Ah.
think it was the ghost thing. I think it's framed that way because that's how Yohai sees it. But
Well, in the
she
next
means it
page, that's how
as,
she explains it away even.
yeah, but in this one specifically, I think Rinko is purely talking about the romantic rival.
Yeah, I get that same sense. And like, look at her expression here on this next page, where she's like just trying to like cover up. It's like, I mean, because she doesn't
Yes,
believe in
exactly.
ghosts, I guess.
It's perfect. And she's flipping out with her hair. It's perfect. And
Yeah. And then Yohei's so stupid. He took her at face value. It's like, oh, that's what she was talking about the whole time. What a dummy.
what kind of dummy would take anything a woman says at face value? Like, it's hilarious.
Got him, dude.
Yeah. And it's like, I didn't really get this one. She says, sometimes people change, What did she mean by this?
I don't know.
So it's like,
because he's saying like, so current year Najimi says that she does not believe in ghosts,
Mhm.
right? But as a child, she would play along, if not actually outright believe that there were ghosts that Yohei was seeing and interacting with. And Yohei's kind of saying like, look, I didn't think she was just humoring me or teasing me or whatever. And that's why Rinko's like, well, sometimes people change. Maybe now she is teasing you and she was lying as a kid. I don't know. Something like that.
I see. Clearly, we could tell by her expression and her wording that she's just jealous.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Although she didn't get jealous of mouth yokai. So maybe she didn't.
I don't think they ever did really romantic stuff. Like, okay, well, the difference I think now is Najimi is clearly romantically interested in Yohei, but
And they have a past
I
history
think
of being childhood friends, and we all know how that goes in manga.
Mhm.
Normally in a crashing burn failure, but a lot of times the childhood friend does win, and they have like a history. They know each other very well. So yeah, I do think that is a thing. Even though we've seen places where yokai mouth girl and even a little bit of toilet sand has
No, I don't think Hanako's ever been on the Yohei
well,
train.
not on the train, but I think there was like one panel where she was impressed with him or something.
Could be. He is the main character after all.
Yeah, so he has to have every single girl that walks into the frame.
Yep. Soon, Umekichi's girlfriend will be the next girl. Well, now that Umekichi's out of commission, hey Yohei.
Yohei's basically destroyed and cucked Umekichi to death already, so it's
Almost
like,
literally, yeah.
like stabbing him in the throat and everything like that. So here we go. Here's the illusion that I alluded to earlier, where she can actually see ghosts. It seems like, and not only that, but we get a full-on confession. That's why I like him so much. And yet, how am I supposed to handle a ghost getting in the way? So we've got a lot of plot exposition.
A lot, yeah. And you neglected to mention the most important revelation here on this page. They're all wearing sandals and socks.
Oh my God! I didn't even notice that.
I know, yeah. Our theories confirmed.
How? What kind of school has the uniform of socks and sandals?
I don't know. We'll never know. Japan is a strange land.
Oh my God. I thought I had understood everything about them with panty vending machines and gotcha mechanics and things like that. But every day I learned something new about them, and it just blows my mind.
Yep. I don't have anything to go off of that one.
They're like, yeah, Aiden, that was really profound. You're a smart dude. You should.
I would never say that. I'll no butt you real quick on that.
Well, here we see that she's not like super. I mean, she is assertive because she knows what she wants, and that's Yohai. But
Mhm.
she's like, I feel a little bad because I just kind of fell into my old habits of being a tease and like messing things up. I already insulted her. It was hard for me because I wanted to tease her because she was right here, but like I screwed it up with his ghost friend. And if I'm going to marry Yohai and have a bunch of kids, I should be friends with all his friends as well. So we see a little bit of remorse here, but
Yeah, but ultimately, I think it is mostly self-serving.
well,
Like
absolutely,
remorse.
all's fair in love and war.
Yeah. This is something that I noticed here on the reread. In this bottom right panel, he says, "I'm just thinking aloud here." Is it actually out loud or aloud? That expression. I don't think it matters,
Uh,
but for my own
it
edification,
it
I'm
doesn't
curious.
matter, but I think it's out loud.
That's what I thought as well after I reread this. Oh, I just remembered actually. In Osaka's dialect, it's aloud. So
Ah,
there it
there
is.
you
Makes
go.
sense.
Any critiques you have about the translation, just remember that we're translating an Osakan dialect, so
Yeah,
it's
they say weird stuff that most humans cannot understand. I'm also playing. I'm also playing Nino Kuni right now. I'm like replaying it. The little main fairy dude with the lantern on his nose. He's got a heavy, thick accent dialect, and it's like I can't understand like half the words.
and that's the end of that. We'll hit the splash page here, and then we've got the amazing big guy for you scanlation end page where we see Hat Girl has made her first appearance.
I don't know if you're serious or not because I hope it made sense. I came
I got
across
it.
as
Okay, so
being Willy
I got
Wonka.
it.
Okay,
Like
okay.
when I saw it at first, I literally did say, "Oh, he put Hat Girl into it," but then I read the words and I was like, oh, "Okay, it's Willy Wonka," but it looks exactly like Hat Girl.
It does now that you mention it. I wonder if they were influenced by Willy Wonka.
I know Tim Burton was very affected by Hat Girl, so
Very affected by it. It shook him to its
but I
core.
like it. I did unironically think it was Hat Girl at first, and well,
Yeah.
like let's take our bets now. Do you think any of the comments thought it was Hat Girl as well?
This is going to be a very mean thing I'm going to say, but I bet everyone will get it because it's kind of like a Reddit meme, I think. The whole Willy Wonka, good day, sir, you get nothing, that thing. Like, I think everyone's going to get it.
Hmm.
And I felt kind of bad using it, but I had literally no other ideas to go off of. Oh, no. The third one's his Hat Kid?
Yeah, exactly. I knew it. I knew it was Hat. See, I told you.
Yeah.
Well, we've got so many comments this week. We've got like 50 comments. So we won't go through them all, but we'll pop out anything that like really picks out interest, or if you're a hardcore passenger that comments on all the videos and the chapters, then I'll make sure to read you out loud. The first thing that catches my eye is some internet person says Hat Kid question mark. So I think I'm vindicated right away.
All right,
Yeah.
I continue to have no idea what the demographic is for this manga. I or maybe for that meme. I don't know. Like I thought it was kind of a normie thing, and I thought normies read manga, so I put two and two together. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, it's just Hat Kid is so much more amazing than Willy Wonka.
That quote, I think, is so obviously Willy Wonka. Maybe they didn't use it in the remake. That could be why people
I
don't
think
know it.
people did the exact same thing I did. They saw the picture, thought it was Hat Kid, and then read it and then knew. And I think he's just making a meme. And then
Could be. We'll have to ask.
Capalan says that was a Brilliance credit page, so you can
Nice.
get your
He gets
comments there. Arlo says this manga continues to impress me. A lot of the characters and situations are generic and tropey, but the mangaka includes little twists and details that makes them fresh and interesting. Well, I like to think that a lot of it is our scanlation that makes it so relatable and fresh and interesting. So
and understandable to an English audience. You forgot that detail. Yeah, I mean, I try. I don't really take credit for writing, obviously, but Scanlation does have a writing requirement or like element to it. It's not 50-50, but I'm not gonna give myself 0 points.
Not gonna know what Tari says. Oh man, I was hoping for that trap card to be played. I wasn't expecting a normal rom com. So he was expecting like a trap, like that was a trap to come in, or
That's my interpretation of the comment. Nowadays, trap doesn't mean a trap. It means a trap. So I think he did indeed expect a penis to be involved here.
Kawaii Desune says, "Am I the only one who thinks it's kind of pointless for a ghost to try and be with a human?" Well, okay, I have some interesting thoughts on this. It's like if you can physically touch, you probably can't reproduce, which is a big problem. But
Mhm.
you could still date a ghost. What do you think, Tom?
I have a very Japanesey take on this. I think there's no point in dating without the intent for marriage, as they say.
Okay, but you could
Like,
marry a ghost,
wha-
but that doesn't mean
well,
like
okay, well, extend that line of thinking to why get married if you can't have kids?
that's probably what's her keeping her here in this world. So maybe you can marry her and she'll disappear, which would suck for Yohai, but that would allow her to pass on because she's always
I mean,
wanted
she
to
wants
be married.
friends. She
Well,
never said anything about romantic involvement, but
well, you can be friends with benefits.
she clearly is still here, and she clearly does have at least one or two friends. So you could be right.
Dojini says, I understand her romantic feelings is simple. Lonely ghost girl, no one to talk to for a long time. Some source of social interaction appears, and the dude seems pretty friendly, plus works pretty hard to try and help her. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
absolutely
how could
true.
she not fall for him? Really?
Yeah, exactly.
Like when you
Abu Harjar, a frequent commenter, says, big brain childhood friend can't be NTR'd if the person being NTR'd doesn't exist. I think
smart
he's on
guy.
to something there. Yeah.
John Smith is pretty based. I felt like pointing this out, but now I don't have to. Her name is Toi Najimi, and he says, Toi meaning far, and we can guess what Najimi could stand for without even looking it up.
I don't get it. Explain it
That's
to explain it to the passengers that don't get it.
Yes, of course. Well, as he says, Toi means far. It's spelled in different kanji, but it's basically that's what the author's going for, I'm sure. And then Najimi is like, I'm sure you've heard the term Osana Najimi, like childhood friend. It just
Okay.
means Najimi by itself means like intimate or familiar, something like that.
Far friend. Far intimate.
Yeah, and I don't know if this is how Japanese think of it, but if I ever see the word like Najimi in terms of like a character's name who is also a childhood friend, I'm pretty sure that's the exact like implication that they're going for. Maybe like far away childhood friend or long time childhood friend or something like that,
Mm.
maybe.
Reading the next comment, I now am faced with a grave reality that I have been pronouncing Timberlane's name wrong this entire time. It's Tamer Lane. I have dyslexia, so please forgive me, Tamer Lane.
I think you get every name wrong. That's part of the charm.
Yeah, I'm basically autistic. I'm like Mega Meme if she was a cute 47-year-old man.
Okay.
But he does say it's some darn good writing in this chapter, and that translates to some darn good scanlation.
Wow, no kidding. Yeah, I feel kind of good reading the praise. Obviously, like I just said, like I can't take it all. I can't even take most of it, but
You could take a solid 30 to 40%.
this is all I have in life. Let me take it all.
Tress Swimming says, "No, not this trope. No." Yeah, it's unfortunate because we know, like, in manga history, the first girl that's introduced always wins. So we know Rinko's
Basically.
gonna win, hopefully. But this girl does seem really good. Let's hope for a harem end.
Yeah, that's all we can hope for at this point. Normally I'm against them, but like you've got a couple good girls already. Like 3 maybe.
And Ali-sun kind of points out what we talked about before. Like, this is the first time Rinko's really jealous, and it's because this is the first girl to actually show any romantic interest in him. So the jealousy didn't come out until now, and that
That's what I
makes it
said.
yeah. Well, it's we all said it.
Yeah, okay, fine. But I said it on a recording, so there you go.
Sleeper says, at the moment, my personal feelings is that she's jealous more over the idea of that. If the MC gets a girlfriend, he'll be too busy to hang out with her or be her friend. Of course, given how these series usually go, the title of the series, for that matter, I'm like 80% sure I'm wrong on that particular part. Yeah, so that kind of goes back to what I was saying. The first girl introduced always wins, and her title is basically her name is basically the title of the series. So we'll see.
Well, I think an interesting angle to consider. She might not know what feelings she has for Yohei
I think that's the
because,
case.
so like she doesn't know if this is what romance feels like, or if it's friendship, or just even gratitude, maybe. So she's probably very confused about it.
Yeah. And I mean, what's better than a lonely, confused girl? Like, literally nothing. Like,
Well, you forgot the crucial detail where you're
hot.
the guy who has the answers.
Exactly. Okay. Perfect. Well, all guys should have the answers. That's my Aiden's relationship tip of the day is always know the answers, always know what to do. Even if you don't, just pretend.
Yeah, okay, but she's not going to Umakichi for the answers, is my point.
Well, speaking of Umakichi, Grunkle says actually acknowledging that jump was a bold and hilarious move. Yeah, so it's canon. It's
Yeah, I
it's
agree.
hilarious. I think that's great.
I'm really happy about that.
It's like on an off gag panel that you think is going to be forgotten about. It's actually acknowledged. I thought
Yeah.
that's a great choice, and it shows that this mangaka is, he's forward thinking. He's progressive in all the right ways of like subverting the manga tropes. So
Yeah. I would love to see a panel of Umakichi like in the hospital, like in a huge like body cast thing. I don't think we'll ever see anything like that.
yeah,
But I would love to.
Just for the lulz has an interesting post where he has made a meme himself where it says "sure is a hot one today," and then puts in next a picture of like a movie scene of a dude eating ice cream. I don't get this reference, but it had a lot of work put behind it, so I want to acknowledge it. Maybe somebody can explain in the comments what he meant by this.
Yeah, I'm not familiar enough with that movie. Is that even an ice cream that the guy has? It looks like, I don't know, some kind of weird brush or something
It looks like a
without
microphone.
bristles. Yeah, it probably is.
Need for Speed Racer 6 says she better effing win. Well, I don't actually know the answers, and Tom will not spoil the season finale. But
My lips are
normally the
sealed.
first girl that's introduced wins. I don't know. So keep watching and you'll find out. I just made this to comment says, so we crashing into things now, and posted this fun gif of an of an iCarly image saying this is a visual representation of Two Eyes chances dating Yukon. So that's probably accurate.
Yeah, I'm just watching that GIF. I don't have anything
Yeah,
to say.
I'm watching it too. How about that Dan Snyder? What a great guy that is. Did you know the logo for Nickelodeon was actually a foot for a while?
I do remember that. Yeah,
Yeah,
an
yeah,
orange
it really
foot.
makes you think.
Yeah. I wonder where they got that idea from.
I have no idea. Especially the episodes about iCarly where they're like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm smashing grapes with my feet. Why? I don't know. It's random. And then the fact that also,
that was the in-universe explanation.
yeah. And then there's
Oh,
also a post on Dan Snyder that says, iCarly confirmed for season 2. Post your feet saying why you love iCarly. There's a
yeah.
lot of like I don't get the feet thing. Not to excommunicate our passengers that do, but I don't really understand it. I've heard the thing is like the feet for like the feet neuron is next to your private parts neuron, so it gets cross-wired easily. But I don't understand it, but we'll see.
I think it's just the kind of person that Dan Schneider is. I mean, I don't want
We don't want
to get
to
into that.
we don't want to blast our feet patricians in the chat though. So
Yes.
like
I'm sure some foot enthusiasts are good people, but I think all the others are like Dan Schneider.
EXXP says, me second, I agree. Or the ghost reincarnates. He was talking to a random fan guy who said, I actually like this new girl. So, yeah, the new girl's pretty good. I like her. I think
like
she's
her a
charming.
lot.
And I have a soft spot for really assertive girls because I like to be reaffirmed that I'm a charming individual and the girl likes me. So I like girls who speak their mind like that. So if anybody's in the comments,
We don't have the time to get into it, but I had a revelation the other day about like assertive girls. And by extension, stuff like Death Mice Snooze Do, like Muscle Girls or Amazoness Girls, that kind of thing.
that's a whole different thing than what I was talking about.
It's all the reason that people like any of those is the opposite side of the coin of why I like stupid Megumines.
No, I understand exactly where you're going, and I disagree. You could say it's both from insecurity, which I would agree with, but it's a different type of insecurity.
Well, that's what I'm going with. You didn't even let me flesh out the whole.
Because I know you're wrong.
It sounds like we're on the same wavelength there. This is neither the time nor place. I don't think we have enough time to get into this.
That'll have to be
maybe that'll have to be a separate thing. Yes. That's just I'm putting the chum in the water there, or I'm watering the plant. Maybe I don't know what metaphors.
Blind Watcher says, I have a feeling editors were involved in this cliche development. And I like to believe we are professional editors as well. So we were also involved in this. Thank you.
Yes, that's exactly what he meant, I'm sure.
8-Man says, shoot. Or he says something else, but I won't repeat it. All aboard the sinking childhood friendship. Yeah, so friendship is not like he said 2 words there, but it's also friendship because that's all it'll ever go towards that, I'm assuming. So he's right with that. Oh, Radio Forest says, here comes another Hatsukai zombie. Prepare for a nosedive in quality. It does not go downhill. I want to quell any fears about that. This only gets better. Keep reading, keep listening, and you will be rewarded.
I kind of agree. And even though I have kind of a self-interest in saying that, because I don't want the reads numbers to go down, but I actually do think it gets better.
And our last comment for the week is Subaru Kion, who says, just have an effing ghost orgy in one body. Problem solved. That girl with 2 mouths, though, there's so many holes in her body that are hand-holdable. R.I.P. MC, he will be drained. And yes, that is the best outcome we can all hope for. We can all self-insert into Yohei and live vicariously through him.
Self-insert into Yohei as he inserts into the Ghost Girls. Yep.
Exactly. And then transitive property, going back to the triangles, insists that, we will have entered the Ghost Girls as well.
Wow. That's all I've ever wanted.
Isn't it?
Well, I think we've exhausted all the comments there and then some, and definitely our own comments. So I think it's time to end this.
We're going to crash this plane with no survivors. No survivors.
Do we do that for these?
I don't know. I mean, we haven't been doing a normal episode in a while. We haven't done. We need to do a normal episode in a little bit, just because
maybe we can do one on that topic. I broached the fetish things that we were just talking about.
If you guys want a normal episode on the podcast RSS feed or the YouTube, leave a comment. One comment and I'll do it, and then or one like and I'll do it.
That. Post. We're not gonna get any comments. Don't say it.
We get tons of comments. What are you talking about? We unironically get a lot of comments. I just haven't been replying because I'm lazy. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm retarded and can't now. It's like it's got the paralyzation because I haven't replied in a month, so I can't go back and reply. And so now I don't want to check the new comments because then I got to see the old ones that I failed at. So give us a like, give us a comment. Thank you guys for reading. You guys are why we do this, why we keep putting out the chapters every week. So thank you, and we'll see you next week.
See ya.